The way I usually work is that once I get the job and I get the program and I get I start to think and to look at things with that problem in mind, and on trying to look what I call the philosophy of the project is what kind of atmosphere, what kind of way of living, more than shapes and forms, etc. And that period of time, which is not fixed, is sometimes is long, sometimes short, but suddenly it comes to my mind that what should be the way to go. And then I draw it, you could almost say without taking in consideration very deeply the program itself. So I come out with that, and then I start to work with models. It's an evolution. I think architecture is a continuous evolution of new ideas and new things. That's the challenge of architecture in our time, because you cannot remain the same. At the same time, you shouldn't change just for the sake of changing. It has to be really a reason to change, to go a step forward, to experiment new shapes or forms or materials or whatever. But there should be a reason. It's not only a matter of saying, now we have to be contemporary, because at the end, it's very difficult to define what is contemporary and what is not. So that's, to me, the challenge of architecture at this moment, because now we face a situation in which we have a lot of different materials, different building techniques, and we have to take advantage of them. We cannot just say, well, we forget about them and we will remain the old way. Well, I don't know if the word is challenging, but I will say encourage them. Let's say to consider, just as an example, the use of color. It is not the idea to change the color of Santa Fe, but to encourage to use some kind of colors, to take a look at other scales and other details in order that we could go a step forward, because I think Santa Fe is in that point at this moment, which is improving so much that it can really go a step forward. The scale, the light, I think Santa Fe has a very special light, so all that has to be considered. Otherwise, you are just exporting or importing things which are not the idea. It's not the idea with architecture. And then the other one is all the elements, to emphasize more the elements that are the basis of beauty, to emphasize light, to emphasize space, mystery, movement, and all that, in order to really encourage the imagination of it. So keeping discovering different spaces, I think, is very important for an art school. Of course, Santa Fe offers a very special situation on that, because I have never had a problem with U.S. individuals. And on the other hand, the governments are always saying that we don't get along. And so I have been, all my life, I have loved to help on that, through lectures and of course through architecture. And I have found that there are much more similarities than what we think, because usually we look at the physical similarities. No? We're talking about materials or whatever, but it is much more deeper. Let's say the way of life of Santa Fe is very Mexican. The most important thing of a place is the people. And I'm really very, very impressed and very grateful to the people of Santa Fe, because they have been not only very nice and very gentle with me, but they have been very open-minded to receive ideas, to accept them, to look at them, to consider, without saying yes to everything. They have really listened to us, to our proposals, and that makes a big difference. I don't believe in somebody coming and doing just a project without asking anybody. So I'm very grateful to the people of Santa Fe, and I putting all my effort and all my offices to give Santa Fe what it really deserves. Basically, that people are happy with building, and they are happy in the building. More than being shocked or impressed or not, is to make them happy. That's, to me, the most important thing. For us, this is an architecture for Santa Fe, more than bringing Mexico into Santa Fe. It's the color, as a matter of fact, is a reaction to the color of the earth in the desert. And well, you call it Mexican architecture, but we could even call it Santa Fe architecture. For us, it's trying to adapt to this place more than to do it Mexican in a way. So that is a problem to define what is Mexican, what is Santa Fe. I think the most important thing is that we all feel that it belongs to the place, more than trying to define a certain style. We are very happy, we are very satisfied. We're getting closer to what I always say is a combination of mixed feelings. This is going to happen on the 30th of April, which is that it's a little over what women had the whole time. It takes a little more time to do a building than to have a baby. But this is the case in which you have a baby, you create a baby, and then you deliver the baby to somebody else. And that's mixed feelings. It's a little bit of sadness, but in general we're very happy. We are very grateful to the people of Santa Fe, in particular to the school, the college, and everybody, how supportive they have been with us, how much they have understood our ideas, and how much help we have received, not only from them, from Lloyd and Trick, the contractors. Everybody has been really very cooperative with us, so we're very happy. We will remain looking for excuses to come back.